don't want to go, we're not going to go. The first person that leaves is me in handcuffs.
Every bar in the state knew they were supposed to be closed tonight. One in Brookfield was clearly open, and the owner is not at all apologetic about that. Fox 6 investigator Brian Polson is outside the saloon on Calhoun. Brian, what gives?
Well, things have changed since 9 p.m. You remember they were still open at that time. If you look behind me now, it's pitch dark. The open sign is off. About 10 minutes ago, we saw an unmarked, what appeared to be a police squad car leaving the parking lot. But earlier today, the owner announced to more than 24 of his customers proudly that he and they are now rebels.
It's after 5 o'clock, so as of right now, you are all officially rebels like us.
On a typical St. Patrick's Day, this would be a pretty disappointing crowd, but this is no typical St. Patrick's Day.
You all have made a conscious choice to be here. You understand what's at risk?
Long after Governor Evers' order to close bars and restaurants took effect on Tuesday, Brookfield's saloon on Calhoun remained open.
But we are going to party.
That's the owner, Dave Daler, vowing to press on until someone forces him to stop.
The first person that leaves is me in handcuffs.
When the Fox 6 investigators first arrived on Tuesday as customers, Daler told us not to gather in groups larger than 10 in different parts of the room, an unusual interpretation of the governor's ban on public gatherings of 10 or more people.
A mandate which has affected one particular industry, specifically restaurants and bars, has affected all of these servers, all of these bartenders, and we felt like somebody should stand up and say, this isn't correct.
It's not that Daler doesn't acknowledge there's risk. He just thinks people ought to be able to choose for themselves what risks to take.
These are free people. They know where their families are. They know whether they have people at risk. They know if they are at risk, if they should be here or not. The people that want to be responsible, we respect that completely.
When I talked to Dave Daler just a couple of hours ago, he told me he planned to continue operating until he was forced to shut down. As I said, we saw a police squad leaving a short time ago, and the place is dark now. I also called Governor Evers' staff and asked them if they had specific plans for enforcing these orders, and if so, who was going to do it? Are there any penalties? What are the fines? They referred me to the Wisconsin Department of Justice, and DOJ did not return my call. Live in Brookfield, Brian Polson, Fox 6 investigators.
We'll be following up tomorrow. Brian, thanks.
The White House and